If you suspect gas prices have been rising lately, you might be onto something. Gas prices are increasing as Hurricane Ian approaches.
And Jessica Cha is live to tell us more about what's behind that increase in prices.
Yes, that's right. Gas prices are rising. But before I explain why, I did get a chance to speak with some folks at the pumps about what they've seen and what they're concerned about as the storm gets closer to hitting.
I have noticed around a 20 or 30 cent increase.
Matt Willard is a student at Central Georgia Tech. He says he's sad to see gas prices rise above $3 again, but he can't do anything about it.
Yeah, that's a potential concern, but if it's rising for a storm, hopefully that would just be a temporary increase, if anything.
And Mercer economics professor Ellen Lynch would say Willard is correct, and it's because of supply and demand.
So on the supply side, the crude oil that goes to the refineries is going to be more expensive, which will cause gas prices to go up. And it may be just physically difficult to get the gasoline from the tankers to the gas stations.
Lynch says on the demand side, people rushing to fill up their tanks with gas before Ian hits also makes the price rise. But he says this isn't all bad news.
If we allow the price to rise, it'll help to resolve the situation more quickly.
Lynch means that as gas prices rise, consumers will use less, which will help lower the price. But also,
these elevated prices create an incentive for suppliers to get everything back online quickly because they can seize these higher prices. And then once they get everything back online, the supply is increased and the problem is alleviated.
We do anticipate to continue to see this uptick up at least until the storm passes.
AAA's Montre Waiter says the price of gas in Macon has gone up only 1 cent overnight, but
there's no need to panic buy. We have plenty of gas supply, but it is important to make sure that you have a full tank of gas if indeed you are in a zone where you need to evacuate, because it's about safety first.
Waiter says she isn't sure at this point just how much more the gas price will rise. Live in Macon, Jessica Cha, 13 WMAZ News.
Thank you, Jessica. Alan Lynch says he predicts gas prices will spike for about the next 2 weeks and then drop again.
Some stations in Florida report they are already out of fuel.
Taking a closer look, when Hurricane Ian hits, gas stations cannot take advantage by jacking up prices. That's because when the governor declares a state of emergency, Georgia law prohibits price gouging by businesses.
The state's Consumer Protection Division says the law applies to items considered necessary to people's health and safety. That can also include food, lodging, lumber, and other supplies. Businesses can raise prices during the emergency, but only by a reasonable amount based on higher costs from their wholesalers.